Hi guys, welcome back to my YouTube channel. My name's Mariana. I make videos about art and self-expression through different mediums, witchcraft, and I'm super excited for this video today because I am overdue for an altar cleanup. I thought it would be a good opportunity to share with you guys where I do my spiritual practice and what it looks like to be balling on a budget, because if I'm being super honest, I don't really have a traditional altar. I had to kind of make do with what we have in this small apartment of ours. But also, I really enjoy working with my windowsill because it faces these beautiful trees outside and the sky. And often when I do my new moon and full moon rituals, I can see the moon above me as I'm working, which is really great. And then I also am close to my, which is over here, but you can't see, my bedside table, which is where I keep a lot of my magical tools and my oracle decks, all these different things. Witchcraft looks different for everybody, and your setup is going to be totally unique to you and whatever works best for your rituals and for your purposes. So it doesn't have to be appealing to anyone else but you. I was going to clean everything to make it look really pretty for the video, but that's just not the reality we're working with. I need to dust everything and reorganize, but I want to show you what it looks like now, so you can see that it's usually a little disheveled, and yeah, it's just a realistic view of my setup. Oh, there's a bird. This time I think I'm going to be able to catch it. This is why I work outside my windows, or right by my windowsill. Look at that. You know, I can be working here, and then I have a little friend right there. So this is my witchy bedside table. Witchy. There's nothing really witchy about it from the outside. If you come down here, you'll find my mortar and pestle, which is hand carved wood from the Azores, which is the group of islands that I was born in, San Miguel, and my family comes from. So every time I work with this, I feel like I'm also aligning deeper with my culture and my people, which is really cool. This is where I blend a lot of herbs for different spell work. This is my makeshift grimoire. I painted the cover and drew all of this here from just like some random spiral notebook that I already had laying around. We love to recycle. It's really intuitive and kind of all over the place. These are just some of my decks that I reach for, but I'm missing a few of my favorites, although this is probably my favorite deck of all time. It's the Oracle of Seven Energies by Colette Baron Reed, and the one that I pull the most. This is the first Oracle deck I ever bought myself. I also use this a lot, just the classic Rider-Waite Tarot. Oh, that's scary. I'm just gonna put that back. Behind this, I just have some magical books that I like to refer to when I'm doing any kind of work. Now, this is what I mean by it's a complete mess in here. There's no organization. First thing you'll see are two different boxes of incense sticks that I got in the Azores as well. I love this because I channel my little brother when I work with this incense stick. Just think about him. And I don't know, it feels like home. I have a lot of these velvet pouches that I put spices in, or incense, or crystals, or sometimes spells, and then I tie them up and I let them sort of sit overnight during the full moon or new moon if I'm manifesting. One of my best friends gave this to me as a gift, and inside I wrote a spell in a letter for something that I was manifesting, and then one of her little wax seals that she gave me with the first letter of her name on it. And then I threw peppermint in here for abundance and fortune, and this has just been in here forever, soaking up good vibes and hopefully cooking up what I asked for in here, which I actually don't even really remember, but I don't want to open it yet. I want it to sit, and it's been in here for over a year, which is cool. I keep lots of envelopes for spell work. I can write up in these, you know, scrap pieces of paper, which I always keep handy as well, things that I'm manifesting or letting go of. This is another velvet pouch, except this one has peppermint inside. I work with peppermint a lot for attracting luck and abundance. Here's another velvet one, and this one has a bunch of incense in it. I wasn't kidding about the pouches. I have so many. Essential oils are a must. So that's what's in my bedside table, but I'm gonna walk you through what's on my altar now, because what I'm gonna film for the new moon ritual, you won't really be able to see everything. Now, bear in mind, this needs to be dusted and it's messy, but I just want to show you what I have up here now and what I've been using. So this is my favorite scented candle I've ever found. This stuff is like crack to me, the Mystic Rose smell. They stopped making this, so I've had it forever and I'm afraid to finish it because truly it is the best smell I've ever purchased. It's like amber, rose, musk. It smells like Salem, Massachusetts to me, and I lived there for 4 years. Like it almost smells like the ocean and autumn leaves at the same time. It's truly my favorite smell ever, and I use it sparingly because of that. I purchased this beautiful piece of artwork at the Magic Market in LA, and this wonderful artist made all these different cards and canvases. This is by Pamela G. Almeida. I loved her work so much, and at the time I was working so much with the mother as like a totem for most of my practices. I'm always working with like the Empress and maternal deities, so I just like to have her watching over all of my rituals. And that brings me to my Buddha head. Just like I have my feminine energy here, I like to balance it out with the masculine, and he just always brings inner wisdom and peace and mindfulness to me. Every time I look at him, I feel like I'm reminded to be present, take a deep breath, relax. I always have either some sage or Palo Santo. These are some of my favorite crystals to work with at the moment: carnelian, malachite, and aventurine. And then this is a clay sun that I made. As a Leo, it just reminds me to tap back into my masculine or my solar energy, to take up space and be courageous and vocal and playful. I also keep my pendulums here, and then I also have an amethyst one and some other little trinkets, the evil eye, more crystals or rocks and stones I've picked up from different places in the world. I picked up these little candle holders at a local shop near me. I have the sun, and then the moon one's not here right now, it's in our living room. But I love having just the dichotomy, like both of them juxtaposing on either side of my cauldron, lunar and solar energy at all times. This is my makeshift cauldron, and where I put in herbs and spices and burn them, which you'll see later. I have had this is a candle that I've had for a while, and I've been kind of using as my cauldron temporarily. It's been working great. This is one of the first gifts my husband ever gave to me when we first started dating. He said it was a little lion. It's like a lion / tiger. I don't know what the exact stone is, but if someone knows, let me know. I love this so much, and I usually keep it on the opposite side of my whalebone spiral goddess. I often hold her in my hand when I'm doing spell work. She just fills me with so much inspiration and creativity. One of the oldest crystals I have that my parents got for me when I was 10 years old in North Conway, New Hampshire. I can't believe I still have this, and to be honest, there's just something about it for me, even though it looks like it was obviously like dyed. It reminds me of my childhood and when I started to believe in all of this, you know, when witchcraft felt very real to me for the first time. My beautiful spiral goddess. I made this little moon plate out of clay and painted it, and I keep this little Bridget essential oil. I almost forgot to mention my selenite, which I used to charge my crystals as well. And then last but not least, always by my side, is a sketchbook and some painting supplies or paints or brushes, which aren't actually here right now because I was just working with them, so I need to clean them out and everything. But I always have a sketchbook near me because often when I'm working with any kind of spell, I need to turn to something and do some intuitive art. Sometimes it's really out there and it can look like this. And they're just like downloads or doodles that come through me while I'm working on anything, you know. And that's pretty much it, guys. There's not anything crazy. So my ring light. I love that I can look outside while I'm doing any kind of journaling or painting. This new moon in Aquarius is calling me to practice radical self-acceptance so I can attract my soul community. It's a reminder that things that make you weird or out of the box are often your deepest gifts and strengths. I work a lot with the elements in my practice, but especially fire. Maybe it's because I'm a fire sign, but I've always been drawn to candlelight, campfires, and the glow of a flame to ground me and inspire my creativity or courage since I was little. The more I've practiced, the more I've used fire as a tool for transformation, as a symbolic metaphor for my burning desires, or in a more literal sense, as a tool to burn what I no longer want or claim, which you'll see in a second. I'm currently manifesting abundance and courage, like I mentioned before, so I put some peppermint, sage, and cinnamon in my cauldron. Peppermint for prosperity, sage for protection, and cinnamon for success. I let those aromas fill my space, and I sit with my intentions, watching my candles burn as I picture the life I'm manifesting. Then I use the cleansing and renewing energy of the moon to write down any negative thoughts or habits and release them. Burn them as an act of letting go. It's like marking the beginning of a fresh start. One of my favorite new moon manifestation rituals is to script. Scripting is when you write down the things you're manifesting as though they've already happened. You soak up all the emotions of achieving this desired reality so it feels real in your body and subconscious. I then finish off my new moon ritual with oracle cards. One card from my starseed deck literally leapt out at me. It was the "You're Not For Everyone" card, reiterating the importance of breaking the cycle of people-pleasing. Show the world who you really are. Never dim your light. I also pulled a card that reminded me to relax. I can be so passionate and excited that I want everything to happen yesterday, but I forget to sit with where I'm at now and quiet my mind. So this was a nice reminder to just let it go, which I believe ultimately is the new moon's full circle message here. Accept yourself, dream, act, and then let it go. This is a cycle you can come back to time and time again. So that's it for me, guys. I really hope you enjoyed this video and a little peek into how you can make your altar at home special, even if you don't have a lot of space and you don't have a lot of money. It doesn't have to be aesthetic and perfect as long as you have the tools you need to dive in a little bit deeper, work on some of the things that you're processing. Yeah, I mean, it's intuitive and it's all for you. So don't compare your space to anyone else's. It doesn't have to look amazing. It just has to be right for you. If you're enjoying my content, please subscribe, like this video for more. I'll catch you next time. Thank you guys so much for watching. Bye.